Hey everybody, it is Karen from the Shabby Attic, and it is, you guessed it, Fix My Furniture once again. Yes! We are now on episode number 4. And I'm here today in Skippack, Pennsylvania with the lovely Karen Carey. How are you? Who is an amazing photographer.
Thank you.
Great mom to 2. Lovely wife, she does everything. She's great. And the other thing she is she's just a fashionista. So we're trying to bring back overalls.
They're back.
They're back.
If you have them, break them
And
out.
I decided to try and bring back suspenders. Isn't that great? So we're trying to break through another market right there. So today we will be working actually on her walls today, not on her furniture. I always think of walls as just as important as the furniture that you put in your room. So we're going to be taking on a faux finish today and some extra special things we're going to be doing with her walls. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so Karen.
Yes, Karen.
Karen is awesome. Tell me a little bit as why you contacted me, why you want to be part of our video series for Fix My Furniture.
Why? Well, because you're the best.
Thank you.
No, I love to flip myself. As you know, I'm a bit of an addict, and I love to come into your store and usually have you fix it for me in the end. But the walls is what I needed a lot of help with, because I have a beautiful studio, I have beautiful sort of decor with a lot of your furniture, some cool finds that I found, but the walls are all plain white. And I don't know, I'm too afraid to take it on myself, and I definitely don't know what to do, although I do kind of know what I like, which is sort of that deconstructed anthropology, old world kind of feel. So,
Right.
So I'm out of my league.
I think one of the dilemmas you were saying you ran into was that your walls are so plain, it would be nice to put some kind of color or texture or something with it so that all that your photography really stands out.
Yeah, I don't want to distract from the photography, but I also don't want it to look like stale and plain and really cold. So I need something to warm it up and just bring a little bit of life and character in here.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's going to look fantastic. We're going to play around with some colors and see what Karen likes. I'm going to work on a little corner area, and we'll just play around, see what happens, and then we'll move forward. So we're going to be taking you step by step through what we do. I've already begun a corner of her walls here with the faux. What I did was a sample area to make sure she was happy with the coloring, because this is already, it's such a subtle look. I wanted to make sure it wasn't giving any kind of a purple or pink cast as some of the paint colors I was choosing. What I've done is I have a wide brush. It's just a chip brush. It doesn't have to be any kind of an expensive brush. And I dip it in paint, and then I dip it in water to get it really watered down. This is the paint I'm using here. One is a gold metallic glaze, and the other is sort of a gunmetal metallic. And these are the two I'm mainly using. And because they're glazes, it gives time to manipulate. They don't dry right away like a regular paint. So it gives you time to kind of rub the paint in or move it or remove it, whatever you want to do with it. It buys you time. So I took the paintbrush, wet it real good, dip it in my paint. And I start up high because it's very watery. And we're going for an old world look here. So it's going to be a very washed, layered, deconstructed look. I'm going to rub it in real hard. Get it in all the little grooves. This wall was white and stuccoed, very uneven, but it's almost like the more uneven the stucco, the better the look is going to be. So if your walls are imperfect, that's perfect. So I'm going to push it in. And then I'm going to remove some of it. I'll take my rag. I'm going to wipe it down. all of a sudden, all this texture is going to pop. And that's what we want. That's what we're gunning for. The higher up and in the corners here, I'm actually going to go in with a darker glaze. Because over time, dust and sediment would land right about here. So I wanted to have an authentic look, as if this is an old building, an old barn. That these walls have been here for maybe 200 years and time has just kind of worn them down. That's the look that we're going for. Okay, higher up I'm using the darker gunmetal color, pushing it in with the bristles, and then I'm going to wipe it away and blend it in. As we go down the wall, I'm going to go more with the gold. We want it to be warm. Don't want it to be so gray. So we're going to add some of the gold in as we blend down. And I work in small sections is best. So now I'm pushing in some of the gold as we're going down the wall. I wipe it off and it's just going to blend in to the section I did before. We work our way out. Warms it out. As you're working, you realize you're going to run into some outlets and some light switches. So here what we're doing is we actually just blend the switches right into the wall. We just pretend that they're not even there. You're going to blend them in. Unless they're going to be some sort of special plate like bronze or copper, I would just paint right over them. And that just makes them kind of disappear into the wall. All right, so Karen.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your mission when it comes to photography, when it comes to women. Well, you've shared with me so many times your feelings about women and how they feel about themselves. So
Yes. So as a photographer, I have the unique experience of putting women in very vulnerable positions. And I think we walk around very vulnerable a lot of times, even though we mask it a lot. So part of what I do as a photographer, and part of my goal this year, is empowering women and working with women to help them come to realize what we see in them. So when I sit with you, I see this beautiful, talented, hardworking, amazingly smart, charismatic woman, and you see, my suspenders over my boobs or whatever it is that's like awkward or worrying you. And we don't see that in each other, but we're all constantly on ourselves that way. So part of my mission is to help women come to understand the beauty that is radiating from them and they don't even know it. So that's part of my mission, is to just get every woman empowered to see the glory within them walking in the everyday world.
yeah, and she's actually last year produced a fabulous book called In Her Glory, and I was lucky enough to be part of that whole project. And it was so fantastic. It was just great to see women in these pictures you took of them where they just light up. You could just see this inner beauty, this inner light coming out. And it just made it so special. And I just think you have this God-given talent to bring that out in people.
Thank you.
I've been in her wake when she comes at me when I'm feeling down or depressed or down on myself, and she just comes at me with both barrels and just uplifts me, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And that's the truth. I do feel like it's just a natural gift, but it's also something that I get to practice because of photography. And we're working on another book this year, and we just want to, just kick everything up a notch. So.
Right. Yeah, be sure to check out her website and her Facebook, www.KarenCareyPhotography. And her Karen is different than mine. I'm Karen with an I, and she's Karen with an E. So it's Karen, Keren, Carey, Carey Photography.
Thank you.
Now what I'm doing is I'm working my way around the room, and as I work, I want to create a little bit of drama on the wall. So I'm taking a little bit of a bronze colored glaze, dip it in the water real heavily with the water, just watch where it drips. And I start at the top, I'm punching it in, I'm just going to let it drip. What this does is it gives like a deconstructed look on the walls, like it's been here for 1,000 years and time is just, water has gotten in, and I can control this. As it drips down and begins to dry, I can soften it, I can go in with a towel and actually just remove a little bit if it's just too heavy. I love this look because it really looks old world. It looks authentic. I hate it when faux finishes look a little too faux. So what I'm doing now is I've laid a lot of layers of glaze on here, and it's beginning to dry. As it's beginning to dry, I'm going to manipulate it a little bit. This surface here of the stucco, there's a lot of variation to it, and that's really great. The way to make it pop is to just drag your wet rag across it. And now, I don't know if you can see this, but now I can see more of the deep recesses, and now the parts that are closer to me are actually brighter. So that's what gives it, again, that authentic feel, like this is old stucco. I just keep kind of rubbing it, and it pushes the dark glaze back, and then it lifts the glaze that's on top.
And show us your guns. Yeah, baby.
By the time you're done this treatment, you will have the guns. If you're worried that you're going to screw this up or you're not going to do it right, you really can't screw it up. The thing is to not overthink it. I think part of the key of doing a finish like this where it's a little more imperfect is you want to just kind of let yourself just jump in with both feet. If there's a section of the wall that doesn't feel right, it just might be a little out of balance. So then move the paint around a little bit or rub a little bit off. Go back in like I'm doing here. Sometimes if I didn't add enough, I can just kind of add a little more, brush it in, push it in, and then wipe it down. The key is just to have a balanced look. And you'll know when you step back if anything really stands out and doesn't look right. It'll kind of be obvious. And I did like a little window cutout so that I can spray, just select the letter and spray that particular letter. I have an invisible line going across, and I'm just going to follow the line, and we're going to put a little mission statement on here. I think it's going to make it just extra special, give it a little bit of something, I don't know, to make it look unique. Okay, Miss Karen, we are done.
We are done.
We are done this
You're
room.
amazing.
We did it.
You did it.
Hours and hours later.
Yes.
It is now dark outside. We've lost a bit of light, but that's okay. So what do you think of the end result?
I'm blown away. Like, I had a little bit of an idea in my mind what I thought it would look like, and this is 25 times better than I ever imagined.
Oh,
It's amazing. Amazing.
I think I have tears.
You should. I'm crying. I'm crying. No, it's so great. It's got like a little bit of shimmer. It's got some of that gray. It definitely warmed the whole place up and made it feel connected. Before the walls were disconnected from the ceiling, and I can't wait to hang my artwork.
There.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, I think your black and white photography is just like your specialty. It's really going to stand off of these. You're going to see, we're going to have a little photo montage so you can see the close-ups of the wall. It's a little hard to appreciate it in what we're showing right now.
Show me your hand.
Show my hand. That's from stenciling. I'm morphing. I'm totally turning into some painted person. Yeah. So we'll show you close-ups of everything. I'm so glad I was able to come out and do this. I just love you.
I can't even thank you enough.
And,
like this is what that whole women empowerment thing is about. You lifted me up today. I can't thank you enough.
Good. And now I think your business can reflect how you feel about it, and just the way that just it presents something when you walk in. This is gonna be the first room that everybody sees, and it's got her mission statement on it, and it really just reflects who Karen is as a person. Her style, her personal style, the warmth, it just projects off of the walls, and I think it's a mission accomplished.
Stunning.
Good.
Stunning.
Go.
There's no words.
Good. So next time we will be doing episode number 5. It's going to be surprise. So I will see you guys soon. This is Karen from the Shabby Attic. Have a great day.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Bye. You comfy?
Oh, Zach, nabbit.
Are you going?
Yeah, why?
I have to change this chair because see this pole's going right in my home.
Oh!